Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk Browns in the NFL Draft. We're going to talk Cavs. We're going to talk Tribe. And we do have some breaking Browns news, and we'll get to that later. We'll get to all that, but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Name the slugger who hit the most home runs in his final season. I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Moving on to the Browns. The Browns had major defensive needs going into the offseason and still do heading into the 2021 NFL Draft. They still need a number 2 edge rusher, a number 2 cornerback, and a number 2 coverage linebacker, of course. However, they also need help at receiver and someone who is probably, more than just a speedster. 4 receivers will be free agents after the 2021 season, and including Rashard Higgins and Kadero Hodge. Jarvis Landry will be a year away from free agency, so there's plenty of reason for Andrew Berry to go for a receiver in what could be a deep receiver class as ever. But the question is when. The first round may be a little too rich unless the Browns sign Jadeveon Clowney before the draft, which might push the need for an edge rusher down, and which the Browns have signed Jadeveon Clowney, and I'll get to that in just a moment after this first set of Browns news. That leaves day 2, where the Browns pick 3 times right now. I take a guess at when the Browns should target my receiver in the first Browns 7-round mock draft of the 2021 cycle. I won't make trades in this mock, so I'll be making my picks all the way to the bottom of the 7th round, says Cleveland.com's Tim Bellick, and here is Tim Bellick's 7-round Browns mock draft. In the first round, as you know, the Browns have the 26th pick overall, Bellick has the Browns taking Arias Ogiarli, edge rusher from Georgia University, from Georgia. Height, weight, 6'4", 240 pounds, 2020 stats, 30 tackles, 8.5 sacks, 11.5 TFLs, which is total fumble losses, or total football losses, 3 forced fumbles and 2 passes defense. As of now, finding a number 2 edge rusher opposite Myles Garrett is probably still the biggest priority. There seems now to be a cluster of about 4 players battling for the second spot in the class behind Michigan's Kwity Paye. Ojulari might have the fewest questions of the group. Miami's Jalen Phillips has a concussion history. Penn State's Jason Owen didn't have a sack in 2020, and Gregory Paseo, didn't play in 2020 after an amazing season in 2019. He may not be the phototypical fit for a 4.3, but Ojulari weighed close to 250 pounds. at his pro day and could add more weight if needed. His speed and motor are things that can't be taught. His technique can be improved on. Excuse me. However, considering whoever goes here won't necessarily need to start at first, Ojulari can step in and have an impact as a situational pass rusher from day one. Now in the second round, the Browns have the 59th pick overall. And Bielek has chosen Dynami Brown, wide receiver, North Carolina. Height, weight, 6 foot, 185 pounds. 2020 stats, 55 receptions, 1,099 yards, and 8 touchdowns. There was a decision I wrestled with because there was some good receiver options. I like how Dynamic Purdue's dynamic. Excuse me. I like how dynamic Purdue's Rondell Moore is with the ball in his hands, and how explosive Elijah Moore of Ole Miss can be. But Brown is the pick here because of a combination of athletic ability and production. He had 20 yards per reception back-to-back seasons. Not only did he have that high average, but he did so on 55 catches, which is even more impressive. Brown showed how good of a deep ball threat he can be, which is an element that can take the Browns' offense to a different level. While his route running technique needs some refinement, the tools are there for him to be an impact player quickly. Now, in the third round, with the 89th pick, the Browns have the 89th pick overall. Benjamin and Bielek feels the Browns are taking Benjamin St. Justy, cornerback, Minnesota. Height, weight, 6'3", 205 pounds. 2020 stats, 11 solo tackles, 3 passes, defense. Nearly a quarter of the Browns' schedule involves them facing Chase Claypool and T. Higgins. Their size can be a problem for Denzel Ward. So here's a corner who is much more physically built to handle receivers like Claypool and Higgins. St. Justy didn't have an interception in college, but impressed in 2019 with 10 pass breakups. He's an upside pick in the spot, and a team can certainly bank on his size combined with remarkable agility, as tools to build around. Now, in the third round, there's a few in the third round, and the Browns have the 91st pick overall. From the New Orleans Saints, Chaz Surratt, linebacker, North Carolina. Height, weight, 6 foot, 225 pounds. 2020 stats, 91 tackles, 6 sacks, 7.5 TFLs, 1 interception, 3 passes defense, and 1 forced fumble. The Browns added Anthony Walker to the linebacker corps, replacing B.J. Goodson with another run stopper at the position. But they need another linebacker who can cover to go with Malcolm Smith. So we can go back to the UNC, with Surratt and a very athletic, interesting linebacker prospect. He's still learning the position, but has physical tools. A former quarterback, Sarant also possesses instincts that allowed him to have instant success at his new position. And that was the one in the third round. Now in the fourth round, the Browns have the 110th pick overall from the Philadelphia Eagles, Robert Hainsey, offensive tackle, Notre Dame. Height, weight 6'4", 290 pounds. If the postseason and most notably the Super Bowl taught us anything, it's that you can't have too many offensive linemen. So the fourth round is a good spot to add more depth to the offensive line. Hainsey needs to add more weight, but he moves well and has plenty of starting experience. He is more likely to be a pro guard, but has potential to be a trade in the right offense. Also in the fourth round, Browns have another pick, the 132nd pick overall, and Bielek goes with Bobby Brown, the third defensive tackle, Texas A&M. Height, weight 6'4", 325 pounds. 2020 stats: 22 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 7.5 TFLs. Much like the offensive line, investing in the interior of the defensive front, is also crucial no matter the scheme. It's not a good defensive tackle class, so this could be the right spot to add one. Brown was a crucial part of the Aggies defense in 2020. He helped Texas A&M chase a college football playoff spot. He has great explosiveness and phototypical size for the position. He doesn't turn 21 until August, meaning he still has room for development. And those are the two picks the Browns have in the fifth round. In the fourth round. Now in the fifth round, the Browns have the 169th pick overall, and Bielek has predicted the Browns are going to take Divine Diablo, safety, Virginia Tech. Height, weight 6'3", 226 pounds. 2020 stats: 32 solo tackles, 2.0 TFLs, 4 interceptions, 4 passes defense, and 1 forced fumble. On a personal note, this is one of my absolute favorite day 3 players in the draft. There is some Cam Chandler in his game from his frame, how he plays from the safety spot. Diablo plays downhill extremely well, but is good in coverage as well. He could be the type of safety who bumps down to linebacker in certain situations to create a big nickel look. He's just such an intriguing player and the potential to be a steal in this spot. Now, in the sixth round, the Browns have the 211th pick overall in that, and and Bielek has taken Joshua Kandon, edge rusher, Florida State. Height, weight 6'7", 265 pounds. 2020 stats: 13 tackles, 3 TFLs, 1 interception. This late in the draft, you're looking for one of two things: raw athletes or players who will probably be special teamers. Kanda, a former 5-star prospect, fits in the former category. I'm out of time. This is going to become a 2-part podcast, so I will be back with the second half right after this, after uploading part 1. So stay with us. I will be right back.